Alright folks, we are at Bok Towers. It's my first time here. I'm very excited. But look, free charging! Can't beat that. Well, look at the start of this pathway already. We have some beautiful trees with ferns growing on them, which I always find kind of delightful. It is a beautiful fall day out here. It's not even 80 degrees yet, I don't think. And probably about the perfect time to enjoy a place like this. Alright, it looks like we are going to start this adventure at the Bok Tower Visitor Center. Got some beautiful plants down here. I'm a particular fan of this growing along this stone wall. Very pretty. Look at this pretty kind of vestibule area to the visitor center and administrative offices. Obviously, they're doing a beautiful job of taking care of all these beautiful plants. And it is quite a sight just here at the very beginning. But it is Florida, so it's just kind of amazing that way. Bok Tower Gardens, one man's vision and his gift to the American people. 1863 to 1930, Edward Bok. And this says it's basically, this is not a memorial or a monument. It is just to express beauty. So this is it, guys. This is the Bok Singing Tower. Isn't it? Well, I thought it was going to be bigger. I guess I just thought it would be bigger. It's pretty cool display. These are all old memorial items of the Singing Tower, the Bok Tower. And it's pretty cool. They're very, you can tell, varying ages of old things that are all dedicated to the Bok Singing Towers. It's neat. Alright guys, this thing is pretty majestic and cool. Quite the heron, as it were. And I believe this is just one of the herons we're going to see. Alright guys, out here is a bit of a gathering place, as you'll hear the people behind me. But they've got some pretty awesome looking plants in here. And you guys know me, I'm a sucker for plants. I'm not that good at growing them sometimes. Would you look at the size of this air plant right here? Holy moly, that's a big one. And that is beautiful. Here's another huge air plant. Wow. And I really like the way they made these hanging air plants. That's really cute. This fishbone cactus is super cool. These bromeliads are beautiful as always. And this Callisto cactus, wow, that thing is amazing. This little cacti right here, he is pretty and pokey looking. Same with this guy. This one has a bloom on it. How exciting. I think that's a jade tree or a money plant. Some cactus and succulents. More cacti. And more succulents. Alright guys, I'm already having a really nice time here. It's beautiful, the weather's beautiful. It's a fun place to be. And they have a cafe here. And they have gluten-free bread. I mean, this is a tiny little establishment, but they have gluten-free bread. Take note, major establishments. Would you look at the size of this gator? I mean, he's bronze, but still, look at him. He is awesome. I love it. Wow, look at this, you guys. I mean, it's mostly just mums and succulents on the bottom, but what a cool planter. That is awesome.
Isn't that pretty?
Definitely beautiful. I know, right?
Yeah.
I am unsure as to what kind of plant this is or even what plant family it is from. But it is very cool looking and very unique. And the variegations up here are awesome. All right, guys, I don't know what this is either, but look at these little fuzzy balls. It's so cute. I like that. I don't know what it is. All right, for those of you who get inspired by gardening and gardens, and you just want to go home and plant something, look, you can buy plants here right at Bach Gardens for your own beautiful garden. And if I had a garden, you know for a fact I'd be shopping here. I love plants. And this place seems like a pretty good place to support. They've got little sculptural things for your garden. There's a bird of paradise. Is that bird of paradise only $14? That seems odd. There's some beautiful house type of plants. Well, in Florida, I think everything can be an outdoor plant pretty much, but there's my succulents. You guys know how I like succulents. Honestly, you guys, everything I've seen here is not priced badly at all. Much better prices than I see in town. Look at these pitcher plants. They are radical, and I think one is going to come home with me, but they are $25 for a pitcher plant. So that is the highest price I've seen so far on anything I've looked at. It looks like some of these rhododendrons and such are a little bit more, but these pitcher plants are so cool, and they could eat the bugs in the house, which I like. Alright guys, we're supposed to exit through the gift shop, but we're not done yet, but we're still in the gift shop. And I love those felted wool birdhouses. They are amazing. Alright guys, another testament to the pricing not being bad. This beautiful piece right here, heavy duty rope, beautiful glass terrarium, 3 succulents inside, and it's only $23. You don't see that kind of pricing very often. Like many gift shops, there's some specialty soaps, things like that. Looks like over here we've got some beautiful specialty jewelry. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I like that. There's some, I think some of this stuff is, you know, handmade type of items. Not just your standard that you find at every store. And it appears that this brand Dune supports autism awareness. That is cool. I myself am a fan of this little necklace. Tower marble from Bach Tower Gardens. It's $95. I hope that means it's sterling silver. It's very pretty. Guys, all in all, this is a pretty darn cool gift shop. They have some unique items and some really beautiful items and some decently priced items, quite frankly. Look at these lifetime candles. Look at those beautiful. So this here is a pollinator garden. I haven't seen any butterflies just yet. I've seen quite a few bees, which I'm happy to see. And there's a little bit of shade and a picnic bench here, which is of course nice. There's a butterfly way over there. I don't know if you guys can see him. Here he comes, here he comes. There he went. Alright, we found a little butterfly type of guy. Oh, he escaped. He escaped. Admittedly, this area is probably much prettier during the spring and early summer months. This is fall, so it is, you know, getting a little browner. Some of the plant life is starting to get a little dead, but it's still beautiful. Your well-behaved dog is welcome at Bach Tower. I do believe it's $10 to get your dog in, $20 per adult, and I don't remember with kids how much it is. There we go, guys. There's a butterfly getting its butterfly on. Lots of little bees in here doing their pollinating work. Beautiful. Nature sure is beautiful, and Florida is about the best place I've ever been to experience a lot of it all year long. I was just telling the hippie, I don't know if I've ever spent one day in Florida without seeing a butterfly. They're here 24/7, 365 days a year. We are heading up the Pinewood Estate path, and let's see what we find out here. Pretty sure we're going to find something beautiful regardless. All right, I found a little trail and more benches. Nice, of course. Look at the lush greenery back here. I did say it's fall, but boy, it is beautiful and jungly back here. But of course, nicely groomed for walking. I think this is a lily of some sort because of the way it's shaped. It's very pretty. Here are some yellow crane orchids. Look at that. Beautiful. This here is a 4-petaled pawpaw. I was just asking the hippie last week if he knows where there's some pawpaw trees around here. Well, here's one here. This is called an analemmatic sundial. I don't know how to work it. There's some instructions here, but I don't quite understand. But that's very cool. So the hippie, with all of his mighty brains, showed me how it works. He's standing where he's supposed to, and as you can see, his shadow is coming right here between 2 and 3, and it is 2:30 right now. Very cool. All right, guys, now we're really going into the belly of the beast. Look at this little path. Tiny little purple flowers, berries. This little spot right here, you guys, it is really shady. It is so nice and cool in here. It's like an oasis in here. So lovely. And right over here, you'll see that there is a little observation deck with some chairs. I'm not sure what you'd be observing out here because it looks fairly uninhabited right now, but it's a cool little spot, isn't it? Literally very cool though. All right, folks, those were the highlands back there, but this is the wetland boardwalk, and looking forward to some mosquito bites perhaps, but hopefully some wetlands. All right, this little building is called the Window by the Pond. And you enter in here, it kind of feels like a stable. But there are some windows, and they've got some things that you can expect to see, like the boat-tailed grackle that I just learned a lot about the other day. And all kinds of little animals and such. And then over here, look, there is a pond. There is a pond. Look at that. They built this little house just so you could watch the pond in the coolness of this little building. That's very cool. Literally and literally. All right, guys, while I was gone, we were invaded by these guys. There were 6 of them. Look at them. They're hardly even scared of us at all. They just want that food. He wants to be in the movies. He's pretty chubby. He looks like he's living the good life. Look at that fluffy tail, bright eyes, and bushy tail. I love him. All right, we found the walkway, you guys. We found the walkway. There's some huge pitcher plants. Over there is a huge stick. Look down in here. There are actual real pitcher plants down in here, and they are beautiful with burgundy and white variegations. So pretty. There's a lot of them out here. Some of them are hard to see. And I think this one here might be either a different variety or it's just going through some kind of life change. But it is cool. think that's a Venus flytrap over there. I haven't seen any along the grounds yet, but they can be small. It is a Venus flytrap. I'm not sure what this plant is either, but it's growing all over the place out here, and it is pretty to see these white flowers. Here's another one of these little dinky trails off the main trail. Looks like it comes to just a little private sitting area to just enjoy the beauty around you. There's even an animal on the bench welcoming me. Well, I don't know if he was welcoming me or not, but this is quite the sight. Alright guys, look at all these little tiny flowers. Looks like a little snow on the ferns. So pretty. Mountain Lake Sanctuary. The sanctuary is owned by the American Foundation, a nonprofit corporation created and endowed by Edward Bach to hold title to the sanctuary and singing tower and to maintain them. Mr. Bach bought the property, planted it, built the tower, and presented the sanctuary to the American people for visitation. It was dedicated by President Calvin Coolidge on February 1st, 1929. The sanctuary is under the protection of the public. So these great big lily pad looking things make these pretty little yellow flowers. Isn't that neat? Look at those. I think they're part of the bromeliad family, but I'm not really sure. But look at how majestic they are. You guys. All right, guys. I also don't know what these are. They are so cool looking. Look at that. They're spiky, but yet soft and wispy like feathers. I don't know what those are, but they are amazing. There's a pretty wildflower of some sort. I found out what these are called. These are called giant leopard plants. To me, they look like huge lily pads, kind of, but look at the vibrancy of color on these. So pretty. And the moss growing up on the old wood. Oh, I love it. There's a giant walking iris, but did you see the tiny little animal? Oh, look at the beauty of this little flower. We are heading to the tower. The pièce de résistance. Alright guys, tiniest path yet through this tall grass. Very shady and cool back here. It goes right through and down back to the walkway, it looks like, that we just came from. Don't know if we should go the whole way, because we'll just be retracing our steps. But look at how beautiful it is back here, especially with a hippie. You can hear the bell singing quite loudly right here. We are very close to the tower. But look at this beautiful water feature. Right here at the water's edge, there's all these beautiful little orange flowers. Once again, I don't know what they are, but I am willing to find out. Hippie shoots some video. I'm going to come over here and take a look at these camellias that are blooming on another little path. Look at how pretty they are. And it's rather large. Variegations of white and purple. Very pretty. Look at this odd plant. I think this is called adobe tree, if this is the correct plant labeling. It's very cool. Look at these little flowers that are like bent over, kind of like bluebells, but I don't think they're bluebells. I think these might be azaleas. I'm not sure. They are gorgeous. But here is a beautiful place. Look at that. Look at the purple flowers, the white and purple flowers over there. On the lily pads, there's white lilies, pink lilies. What a gorgeous spot. This plaque says the Japanese stone lantern was a gift of Usaburo Tesuta of Tokyo, member of Edward Bach's staff from 22 to 25. The lantern, representing 7 years of his savings, is placed within direct sight of the grave of Edward Bach as a tribute and symbolizes with its encircling doves humanity's hope for world peace. I am right at the water's edge, and it is so gorgeous out here. I definitely recommend, if you are ever in Orlando or nearby, come out to the Bach Gardens. Pay your 20 bucks. Walk around for a few hours. Behold this amazing beauty that is left to the United States by Edward Bach. It is amazing here, and I want to come back again and again. I think we'll wind up with a pass. You guys, I don't know anything about this plant either, but look at that very cool flower. Very interesting. The paths that you can find here in Bach Gardens are just a myriad. There's so many of them, and it's hard to even figure out where you've been and where you're going. But what I can guarantee you is that every path so far has led to something delightful. This is such a beautiful place. This is a wonderful time of year to be here. And I just can't say more about how $20 can buy you such a beautiful afternoon. Alright, well, if you thought this place was great to come to and visit, and you enjoyed looking around with me, and you decide that you're going to take my advice to come check this place out, maybe you'll want to end your day the way we're going to end ours. With some delicious food, of course. The hippie got an avocado BLT. I got an avocado tuna salad. You can see everything looks pretty dang good, including this hippie. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It was a really enjoyable, relaxing day in a beautiful, beautiful place. I definitely recommend it. If you're not really into doing theme parks every day and you're coming to visit Florida, this is a great type of place to visit. It's definitely not like a theme park. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.